Does life suck? A common theme I've noticed in life is that at the end of the year, when someone asks me how my year went, my typical response is, oh, well, it didn't go that good, but I'm hoping it'll be better next year. And I've always wondered, was it really a bad year, or has the bad just masked the good? How many small moments have I forgotten? I decided I wanted to capture a moment each day when I felt happy, there was a funny moment, or maybe there was just something interesting that happened, so that I could remember the good times that would otherwise be forgotten. The moment didn't need to be an event that made sense to anyone else, and it might just be a moment when I'm alone. But I wanted to actually have something to look back on at the end of the year so I could decide just how bad or good the year was. And even though it wasn't planned, 2020 was definitely a crazy year to put this idea to the test. But looking back on such a controversial year, I think it proved to me that we don't have bad years, we have bad moments. Looking back on this video, I think the craziest part to me is how stark of a difference the start of the year is to this point. No one knew the real implications of the virus yet, and I definitely would have never believed you if you told me I wouldn't leave my house for over 2 weeks. I was just living the typical college student life, and I would definitely be lying to myself if I said I didn't miss that world we used to live in. I think the start of quarantine is where a lot of people point to as the breaking point of the year, where it all went wrong. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people have had it way worse than me, and I've been through way more than I can imagine in 2020. But I think keeping a record of each day has helped me appreciate each little victory and happy moment that I would have forgotten. I got to spend more time with my family, and I got to try new things, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. And because of this, I think a big part of 2020 is just recognizing the important role that other people play in your life, because you never know what is going to change that prevents them from being in your life anymore.
I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you every.
Even though 2020 took place under really unusual circumstances, I still hit a lot of cool milestones this year. I returned from studying abroad in Australia and started my second semester of sophomore year, and then started my first semester of junior year in the fall. I got promoted at work, which is something I'm really proud of considering I'm also a full-time student. I met a ton of new people, I grew a beard, I turned 21, I voted in my first presidential election, I went fishing in the ocean for the first time, I experienced working from home, I got my first gun and license, I got to ride in a Tesla for the first time, I put together a new setup and computer. I mean, the list just goes on. Some of these events are pretty meaningless, But it's still crazy to me that all of that happened in 1 year. And I only remember it because of this video.
When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me.
If you're struggling with finding something to be thankful for on a day-to-day basis, I would definitely recommend just taking 1 second out of each day to record some small moment or victory like I did. More than half of the clips you saw probably didn't even make sense to you. When I go back and watch it, I actually remember that exact moment. And then I remember part of that day. It actually makes me feel happy. And if I can find some happy moments out of 2020, I know you can find some in your life too. Which takes me back to what I said at the beginning of the video. We don't have bad years, we have bad moments. It is 11:59. We have made it to 2021, 1 second a day. Santana, do you have any advice going into 2021?
2020.
That's your advice.
Yeah.
What about you, Brandon? You got anything?
Don't drop your cell phone like Santana, otherwise it'll get cracked.
All right.
Be safe.
And then I would just say, take it 1 second out of the day. Wait, take it 1 second at a time. Whatever. You get the point.